All right, guys, so how's it going? I know it's been a while, but I finally got my hands on the double whopper plopper. So I am gonna try and beat the sunset down the street, hit a little pond, and just kind of take a look at what this double whopper plopper looks like. You know, the lure, I opened it up, it's got a crazy heavy duty hook on it, so that's nice. The one I'm gonna be throwing tonight is the black loon. Basically, it's got a little bit of white feathered side to it, but basically it's black lure. So you got two spinning ploppers up on top, drops down like a typical buzz bait, and has the skirted lure down low. So we're gonna head over to the pond right now and kind of see what we can come up with. So stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, so I want to talk to you about the new lure I just picked up, and it is the Double Plobber. Basically, it's by River2Sea, and it's the same thing as the original Whopper Plopper. So if you're not familiar with the Whopper Plopper, this is it. It's a topwater bait, but what's unique about it is that the tail will spin. It spins around like that, and it creates this, sound on the water that sounds a lot like blop, 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 blop. So they came out with this. They came out in two different sizes. It's just had success from coast to coast, so a lot of people have been buying them. And so at ICAST, they came out with this one right here. It's called like I said, the Double Plopper. And so the concept is you got two of these guys on the top with the bait on the bottom. So you can see it's a rather large package here. Let me get it opened up so you can check it out. Well, it comes out of the package nice and easy, but basically it kind of is the same concept as a double-bladed buzz bait. So as you can see, we got the two little guys on top, and they spin around and they create that plop plop sound. And then of course you've got the one right down the center with a skirt on it. And just from initial looks on it, from taking a look at it, the hooks are pretty heavy duty. Or the hook is pretty heavy duty. It has space on there with a hook keeper if you want to put a trailer bait on there. And the wires seem not too bad. And then of course it's got the closed loop up front, so you don't have to worry about your line sliding around. So that's it right there, guys. That is the Double Plopper. I picked it up in two different colors. I picked it up in white, and then I picked it up in the loon, which is essentially a solid black with the white sides. So let's get some action of this lure and see what it looks like out there on the water. So far I've made about a dozen casts with it. What I have discovered is it's like any other wired bait. You're gonna have to tune it a little bit. It does not come out of the package just ready. You gotta kind of bend the two arms and make sure they're kind of synced up the way they're supposed to be. And then once you know that they're synced, you can tell they're gonna swim the same. You'll know when they're not synced is when one side of the Whopper Plopper is doing more than the other. And so that's a good indicator that you might have to tweak it a little bit. So do pay attention to that. You are gonna have to kind of tune it. But we're gonna move down a little bit. We're gonna make a couple more casts and kind of see what we can come up with. So when I'm talking about tuning this bait, what I mean is you need to make sure that both of these wires are at the same distance. And then of course you also need to make sure that this head on the back is nice and straight. If it's not straight, it's going to constantly pull to one side. And so you can kind of just give it a little twist here and there, and then just look down it and make sure it's centered well. That way it's swimming right. It's not kind of kilting off to one side or the other. All right, we're just gonna keep moving down. Watercolor is stained like crazy. It did pour down twice today for about 30-minute intervals, and it was it's the most rain we've had in probably about a month. So I'm just gonna keep at it, see what happens. I'm gonna stand farther down this time, and I'm gonna leave y'all up here and see what I can come up with. All right. All right, guys, so there it is, double whopper plopper, nice little bass right there. We'll go ahead and get him released real quick and get back to doing some fishing. All right, guys, so there's a couple fish. Mosquitoes are starting to chew me up. So we're gonna head on in. I'll give you a little recap of what I think about it, how it swims, all that kind of stuff. It is getting dark. It's a little too dark for video. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll see you here in a second. All right, guys, so just when I was starting to give up on the whopper plopper, look at this stud. That is a heck of a fish. Came up, hit it real soft, good hook set, went to flip it up over this rail and realized real fast that was not gonna happen. This is a solid fish. I'd put it in somewhere, oh, I don't know, about 6 pounds or so, but that one is a stud. I wanna get her back in the water real quick so she doesn't, no damage or anything like that, but man, I am pretty pleased with that. All right, guys, so here's kind of my take on the whopper plopper now that I've had a chance to throw it. The one I was out there throwing tonight, it happened to be this one. I didn't throw the bone color or the white color. I was throwing the black one just because we had a bunch of rain today. Water was kind of murky, and of course the sun was going down. So I was throwing that one right there. Again, it's called loon. It's supposed to look like one of those little ducks or something, or a loon. And it's kind of unique, my first impressions of it are this is going to be a great bait. The whopper plopper is phenomenal. It catches fish. It's a great alternative to buzz baits. I'm not a big fan of buzz baits. So here's my take after I'm done fishing it for a little while. I had a handful of fish. I don't know how many I had. I'll have to go back and count, or you'll see them here in the video. What I did like about this bait is that I can work it through cover. Some of your other baits like buzz baits and stuff like that, they really hang up and it causes a lot of problems. It just makes it really, really tough. My top water, like the traditional whopper plopper here, I can't bring that over the top of a lily pad or around grass because it's a top water and you're just going to hang up like crazy. So that was something that I liked about it, the fact that I could get it across that cover. What I didn't like about it is it's a traditional wire bait, whether it be a spinning bait or a spinner bait or a buzz bait, or in this case, the double plopper. You really have to spend some time and tune the lure. You need to make sure that both of these guys sit at the same height. So when it's coming back to you like this, if they're not tuned right and they're sitting at different heights, what ends up happening is it'll kind of cant like that. And you'll notice right away when one's digging and one's sitting up on the surface spinning like it's supposed to. So I did find myself tonight spending quite a bit of time constantly messing with the wires, making sure they're straight. Even the guy back in the back, it's got a little keel on it, and I was constantly sitting there twisting this and tweaking it to make sure that it's going to swim right. And so all the time that I'm spinning, messing with the wires and getting them set up and oriented the way I want means that's less casts that I'm making. The other thing I didn't like about it is these are the little guys that are making all the noise up here. They're making all the disturbance. And, the fish that's injured and making noise and disturbance is the one that's going to get eaten. So, that fish is coming up. It's seeing all this going on. And, of course, it's not just going to swallow all three. That's not how it works. It's either going to take the slowest one in the back or it's going to take the one that's already injured. So what I did notice is I did foul hook a couple fish tonight where this hook was on the outside, where it appeared they came up to hit the one on the surface making the noise, and in the process of pulling and I set the hook, I ended up burying the hook on the outside of the gills. not inside the mouth, but on the outside. And you know, I'm a huge advocate of catch and release. I don't keep fish, and so foul hooking all these fish, whether it be the gill, maybe an eye, or somewhere lower in the stomach, that's kind of you know, that's not a good thing. So for me, at least. So I don't want to foul hook fish on accident or anything like that. So that was a little like, I wonder what's going on. Now granted, I start catching bigger fish other than these little pond fish that I catch, you know, once I get over the 4-pounders and so forth. The 5 I had tonight, you know, it came in and swallowed it nice, good roof of the mouth hook set, no problems there. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm definitely not going to give up on it yet. I think it's a good alternative to the buzzbait. The reason I haven't thrown a lot of buzzbaits is because, I mean, look at how big this is and how much space this thing takes up. I don't carry buzzbaits, I don't carry spinner baits because they take up a lot of space. They're awkward, they don't fit in the tackle box as well. So that was one reason for not carrying them. So between these two here, yes, I can lay them down side by side and kind of, you know, make it a little bit easier to store them. But I'm going to have to kind of figure that out. So that's my only other drawback, but that's the same reason why I haven't thrown buzzbaits already. But other than that, it's interesting. You know, it's price point $16.99. I think that's pretty common across the United States. They come in 7 different colors. Ghost shad, monkey butt, bone, loon, those are some of the top 4. There's a perch color out there that I have in a larger size. I can't even remember what this one's called, something like a golden perch or something like that. It's a little bit translucent on the bottom. But yeah, so that's kind of my take on the double plopper. It's very interesting. It's had a lot of buzz around it. Haha, no pun intended there. But you know, we've been really waiting for this bait to come out and hit our shelves. It finally hit our shelves, so pretty exciting. I think I got in like 30 of them today, and I've already sold about 10. So I can't wait to see what this is going to do, and you know, what kind of fish are going to be caught on these. Alright guys, so if y'all got any questions, please go ahead and comment below. If not, go ahead and give me the subscribe over there, thumbs up if you like the video. If there is anything you'd like to see coming up in a video, I know I'm kind of slacking off a little bit on getting these out. I've been extremely busy at work, kind of wrapping up the year as far as boat sales go. But please feel free to holler at me, comment below what it is you want to see. I know we got a crankbait video coming out here that was a request by a subscriber, and then I'm also going to work on some swim baits. You know, I lost a big swim bait I was making a video for you, so that's kind of tough to make that one. I got a couple new swim baits that I just got in, and so we're going to kind of throw all those together in the video and get that one out there to y'all. Alright guys, but until next time, thanks for watching, and tight lines.